The midterms are less than 5 weeks away. Get registered. And the fight to elect candidates that support gun control measures could not be more important. We've had more than 500 mass shootings already. And this year, that's why Connecticut Senator Chris Murphy and California Governor Gavin Newsom have launched an effort to raise $1 million for 7 Democratic candidates in competitive races in the hopes of boosting the Democratic majority and taking on the gun lobby. Senator Murphy has been committed to fighting gun violence since the Sandy Hook massacre in his state in 2012. Parents of those murdered elementary school children have not only had to deal with their tragic loss, but with relentless trolling and harassment from people who believe that the shooting was a hoax, thanks to a years-long campaign by Alex Jones. Jones finally faced repercussions for his actions this summer when a jury ruled that he owed the parents of a Sandy Hook victim $45 million. And a jury is now deciding what he owes to the relatives of 8 other victims. They went home for the night, but will continue deliberations next week. Testimony from those family members has been, to say the least, gripping and saddening.
Thing to lose a child. It's quite another thing when people take everything about your boy who is gone and your surviving child and your husband and everything you ever did in your life that is on the internet and harass you.
It's just so hard to go see your 7-year-old child's headstone, to hear that people were desecrating it and urinating on it and threatening to dig it up. I don't know how to articulate to you what that feels like.
Jones testified earlier in the trial that he's done apologizing to the family members. Joining me now is Senator Chris Murphy of Connecticut. Senator, it's great to speak with you. And these things are always personal first before they're political. How do you actually feel when you talk to these parents who weren't just victimized first by having their children shot, but have been victimized for years by Alex Jones? I mean, when you're done talking with them, does it leave you enraged? Do you feel satisfied that now Alex Jones is facing some consequences? What are the personal feelings you tend to have when you think about this every day?
I mean, this is personal to me on 2 fronts. First, so many of these families from Sandy Hook are close friends of mine. You were just putting on the screen Mark Barden, who's a great personal friend. It's also personal to me because I've got 2 young kids as well who go to public elementary and middle school every day, and they have to think about things in those schools and those classrooms that other kids, in previous generations didn't have to think about, just surviving the day. So I'm furious. I mean, that's my basic emotion here is real fury at Alex Jones for putting these parents through this misery. Many of these parents have had death threats. Some have had to move several times in order to flee the harassment, but also fury at my colleagues. We obviously took a big step forward this year on making some down payments on gun safety initiatives, but we have a long way to go. So these are all very close personal friends of mine in Sandy Hook, and the fact that they're being victimized over and over and over again is just heartbreaking and enraging.
So you're going to take the fight to the public. You're out there, you're raising money for congressional candidates, for Senate candidates, people in tight districts, in order to raise awareness and keep people paying attention to the issue of gun violence. I'm curious, when you talk to people out in the street, when you're talking to the pollsters, when you're trying to help these fellow Democrats win their seats or retain their seats, where has gun violence sort of fallen? It seems like publicly all we talk about is abortion, but gun violence still remains a day in, day out issue for many people. So is it still a top 2 or 3 issue, or are you trying to remind people, hey, by the way, in addition to abortion rights being taken away from you, gun violence is an ever-present issue that needs to control or influence your vote?
No, it's a good question, but the answer is pretty simple. It is absolutely a top 2 or 3 issue. The polling backs that up. Obviously, every parent out there, thinks about this when their kids go to school, and they're gratified by the progress that we made, but they know it's not enough. So, this fundraising campaign that we're running today through the night, folks can go to the nr8.com to donate to these 8 candidates. It's about trying to build on our progress. We beat the NRA for the first time in 30 years this summer, but it wasn't enough. And the NRA wants to come after those of us who voted for this legislation. They want to repeal the bill that we passed. We've got to hold to the progress. That's why we've picked 8 candidates to support, 8 campaigns that are going to be vital to growing the gun safety movement. And that's why we're asking people to support these campaigns this evening to try to make sure that we send a message to the NRA, but also all these families that are out there grieving, that we are going to take this issue, run on it, win on it, and then legislate on it.
You know, it's so easy, and I try to avoid it both both as a host and also as a political scientist. I try not to prognosticate too much, right? We're still a month out. There's a lot of things that can happen in these midterms. But as an experienced politician, as someone who people are probably seeking advice from as you're going out and raising money, what is something that frightened or discourage or concern Democratic voters and independent voters out there need to hear right now? They're looking at polling numbers and they're like, oh my gosh, we don't know if it's going to be a red wave or a blue wave or a purple wave. What do you want people to know about the importance of their vote in the next 30 days, no matter where they are in the country, in relation to this issue?
Well, I mean, right now there is no way to capitalize on this bipartisan coalition without Democrats in charge of the House and the Senate, right? What we discovered this year is that there actually is a bipartisan group, which comprises of all Democrats and a handful of Republicans, that can pass gun safety measures. I think in the next Congress, we could pass universal background checks, but that can only occur if Democrats control the House and the Senate. Why is that? Well, because the majority of Republicans are going to still oppose these measures. And so if a Republican is the Speaker of the House or a Republican is the Senate President, they are not going to call these bills up for a vote because it divides their caucus. A Democratic Senate and a Democratic Speaker of the House, they are going to put these bills on the floor. And we are going to continue to be able to pass bills that can get some Republican support. So I know that's in the weeds, but for folks out there who really want, to tighten our gun laws, to protect our kids in schools, that will not happen if Republicans win control of the House and the Senate. And everybody needs to know that as they're going out and making their choices.
Every single vote is going to matter. Can't afford to give up either of the houses. Senator Chris Murphy, thank you so much for what you're doing for the Sandy Hook families and for what you're doing to families across America. Thank you.